Today's topic, does health and wellness matter in the workplace? Well, I think most of us would say that health and wellness is pretty important to us. But I would also argue that a large percentage of us don't consider health and wellness to be a necessary part of the workplace. We're not necessarily prioritizing health and wellness where we work. Here's an example. I think we can kind of all identify with this woman, this poor woman, who's the definition of burnout. She is hopefully what we all try to stay away from. And I'm going to show you an example of what I mean by not taking health and wellness seriously in the workplace. My daughter, Bailey, she's 20 years old. She just finished her summer of her junior year interning at a company called Leidos. And Leidos manufactures these lovely security scanners that we all see at the airport. This is Bailey, third from the right with her team. They all gave her a nice send-off on her last day. Now, Bailey tells me that there's just some really startling things about her team. She says that a lot of them don't take their PTO. They say they can't get their work done in 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. And the company has instituted a policy that they must take their PTO. Now, a lot of them also say they take work with them on vacation. I mean, that's crazy to me. That's kind of like what this guy is doing here, right? Self-sabotaging. I also see a little of this at the Smart Agency. I know that we are a company, we're at the top of our industry, we're at the peak. And we have an incredible team of very smart, very devoted, very talented people who are also very hardworking. But we don't always prioritize our health and wellness at work. Except maybe on this day. I don't know, that's kind of health and wellness and kind of not, so it's a combination. It's almost, though, as if we look at our work as something that we do to the point of depletion, and that it's doing so is the best thing for ourselves and our company. But is that really the case? I think the opposite is true. I think taking care of our health and wellness actually makes us more efficient, more effective at our jobs, and it produces better results for our companies. I'm going to share with you some statistics from a good friend of ours. So Pilar Gerasimo, she is a writer of The Healthy Deviant, A Rule Breaker's Guide to Being Healthy in an Unhealthy World. She found some interesting and very also upsetting, startling statistics. 50% of US adults are diagnosed with chronic illness. 68% are overweight or obese. 70% are taking at least one prescription drug. 80% are mentally or emotionally not flourishing. And a startling 97.3% are not maintaining healthy habits like decent nutrition, adequate exercise, not smoking, and healthy body composition. And she's updated this figure to 99% since her book was published, which means that only 1% of US adults are healthy, happy, and on track to stay that way. We don't have to accept this. There's lots of things that we can do to keep our health and wellness strong throughout the workplace. And I do say the workplace because we spend so much of our time there. But we can take frequent breaks throughout the day. We can eat healthy meals and snacks also. I mean, we can't have those cookies, those crumble cookies every once in a while, but maybe not every day. Get lots of water. Move our bodies in a way that is good for us and feels good to us. Notice I didn't say exercise. It doesn't have to be exercise. We can meditate, and that's so important. We can laugh. I mean, that laughter really diffuses so much stress, so much anxiety throughout the day. We can unplug from the office at the end of the day and not take work with us. We can take a mental health day when we need it, and We can take all our vacation days without doing any work, and we can do all of these things without feeling guilty about it. Now, why should we do this? Well, the CDC says that employees in good health have a better quality of life, show increased work productivity, which is super important. They're more likely to deliver optimal performance in the workplace. They have a lower risk of disease, illness, or injury. And they have a greater likelihood of contributing to their communities. And don't we want all this for ourselves, for our companies, and for our clients too? We have this belief that hard work trumps wellness, but it only trumps it until we're forced to put our health first. There are specific things that we can do to prevent us from getting sick in the first place. We don't have to deal with the aftermath of sick days. When we come back from being sick, it's like you've got twice as much work as before you left and you didn't prepare for it because you got sick. So maybe what we need to see is less of this and a little more of this. The truth is that we only get one body, one mind in this life. We need to start treating ourselves the way we treat the people who mean the most to us. When you take the time for self-care, you're not being selfish. You're being smart, you're being strategic, and you're presenting the best possible version of yourself for yourself, your company, and your clients. Let's not forget, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness. I think we need to start thinking of health and wellness as an important part of our personal and work strategy. I think the two go hand in hand. Thank you.